Man, I haven't played in a while, dog. Let me see how the war against the automatons is going real quick. I'm sure we're probably almost done with them.
The Galactic War.
Oh, okay. I guess we did it.
You did it, sir.
I did it? He did it.
I did it.
He did it.
You did it, sir.
I did it.
He did it.
I did it. Atrocity is mine.
You know, I didn't actually think it was possible, but here we are. Incoming message. What is this? No. Well, clearly, somehow, the automatons have returned. And to no one's surprise, that means there's a whole bunch of updates that have been given to the game, so let's get into those. This update could not have come at a more interesting time. I'm not joking when I say that I literally just got enough samples to get all of my ship modules the day before the update.
I read about.
And I also saved up 1,000 super credits from playing the game, so I was gonna buy the cutting edge Warbond. But then they dropped a new one, so now I have to go buy that one. And I have no medals, so I can't even buy anything yet. I have to go grind the game and make this video. If you like what you see in these videos, just leave a like or a comment or something. It really goes a long way with the algorithm. And I try to make these videos as high quality as possible because I don't just want to sit here and spout out nonsense to you the whole time. I try to make it entertaining. At least I think I'm funny. Some people say I'm not, but whatever. But I really appreciate if you do decide to subscribe or leave a like. It really helps and lets me know that this is actually something worth doing because it is hard juggling a job and doing this at the same time. But that's enough whining. Let's get into the video. First of all, very simply, they increased the level cap in the game from 50 to 150. So now you'll definitely have plenty of time to hit the max level before they increase it again. But they do have new titles that come out every 10 levels since level 50. So starting at level 60, there's Fleet Admiral. Then at 70, it's Admirable Admiral. Then there's Commander, Galactic Commander, Hell Commander, General, 5-star General, 10-star General, Private, then Super Private. I guess you did so good you looped all the way back around to the beginning again or something? I don't know. I want to talk about the cool stuff though, so let's get the ship modules. They've added 6 of them, which is, you know, a lot, but we'll start out with the first one, which is Superior Packing Methodology. Its upgrade effect says, resupply boxes refill support weapons with the maximum number of carryable magazines, which essentially means any special weapon you have will automatically get all of its ammo back if you have this upgrade. I imagine this one's going to be pretty good, so you might want to save up your samples for this one. Next up, we have Atmospheric Monitoring, which is pretty simple in that it makes orbital barrages spread reduced by 15%. Now, this only applies to 2 stratagems, so we'll have to see if this one is worth it over just taking a different stratagem that's more precise, but we'll get there when we get there. Now, this next one could be a little confusing if you don't read it carefully, but this is the XXL Weapons Bay. The upgrade effect here is Eagle stratagems that drop multiple bombs will drop 1 additional bombs. So this doesn't mean that you're going to get another use out of it. It means that when it does its run by, it's going to drop an additional bomb. So it could be pretty good, but we'll have to see with this one again, kind of like the last one. The next one, though, seems incredibly overpowered. The Enhanced Combustion Ship Module upgrade effect says, fire damage from stratagems are increased by 25%. Now, that only applies to the flamethrower, the napalm airstrike, and incendiary mines, but I mean, they've already been buffing fire from the flamethrower and everything else for a pretty long time now, so I think this is going to be pretty out of control. And something I think that's going to be on the opposite end of the spectrum will be circuit expansion. This one doesn't seem like it's going to be too good, but I mean, I guess it couldn't hurt to have since it's a bonus anyway, but it says lightning arcs fired from weapons and turrets jump to 1 additional enemy. And there's not very many arc things that'll do that, and it doesn't seem great, but what do I know? Maybe it'll be busted. And lastly, we have Blast Absorption, which this upgrade is something that I think might help out turrets enough to put them over the edge, because recently they've been super flimsy, super fragile, they die extremely easily. This one says that sentries take 50% less damage from explosions. And as we all know, as soon as you put a turret down, it kind of gets focused by the enemy and instantly blows up. So it's kind of like a waste of a stratagem. I'm hoping that this one will actually make them a bit more viable and a bit more durable so that they can at least hold their own for a little bit in combat. And I don't know if you noticed, but these things are pretty expensive, because if you do the math, that means to get all of these upgrades, not even counting the ones you need to unlock before this to get to these ones, you need 1,050 common samples, 900 rare samples, 100 super samples, and 140,000 Rex slips. So I think it's needless to say that you're going to be having your hands full for quite a while before you get these upgrades. Luckily, you'll have a few new toys to play with this new Warbond that came out. And if you're trying to grind samples, one of the boosters that came in here actually reduces the amount of time it takes for Eagle 1 to get to the extraction site. So it could be something worth taking if you're trying to get in and out of these missions really quick, or just make sure you actually get out of the mission with samples in the first place. Other than that, in this Warbond, there's a few other items that are cool, but they're mostly fluff. You know what I'm talking about, like capes and helmets and poses, banners, all that kind of stuff that doesn't affect gameplay. There's some of those in there, but of course you get your super credits. There's a new thermite grenade, which does damage over time. There's armors in here that look pretty cool, but they don't have any different armor passes that we haven't seen before. There's new weapons, which I heard some of them are good, some of them aren't, and there's a new sidearm too. There's some cool stuff in here, but ultimately we'll have to wait and see until I can unlock them to give my opinion if they're good or not. But that's it. See you next time.